feeling great. I've been working out. Actually, I just got done running before we, head into the press conference. So everything is going according to plan, and I'm looking forward to becoming a 3-time undisputed champion come September 13th.
The highly anticipated showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford has generated intense debate among boxing enthusiasts, analysts, and legends of the sport. As we approach the big fight in September, multiple experts, fighters, and former champions have shared their thoughts on how the match might unfold. Let's take a closer look at what some of boxing's biggest names are predicting for this clash of titans.
Dan Rafael kind of made a great point when talking about sizes, because he said if you look at them two together now, they look the same size. He said people have got the idea of the size thing wrong. It's not looking at them as a physical package, it's who has absorbed the bigger shots in the weight division. And it was good. It was a very good point. He was like, Canelo has been hit by light heavyweights and super middleweights for the best part of a decade.
Basically.
He's so used to taking those shots, whereas Crawford hasn't. Crawford's been hit by 140 guys and 147 guys for the best part of a decade.
Yeah.
What's Crawford going to be like? So basically, he's trying to say, Canelo could easily absorb Crawford shots. Can Crawford easily absorb Canelo's punches?
If you're taking shots from Triple G, Sergey Kovalev, Dimitri Bivol, and you're staying on your feet, not getting hurt,
not even getting wobbled.
Not even getting wobbled, just literally shaking it off.
Yeah.
You can take Terence Crawford shots.
100%.
Right.
Oscar De La Hoya has offered a detailed breakdown of the potential outcome. When asked about Crawford's chances against the much bigger Canelo, De La Hoya admitted that it's a tricky situation. Known for his deep understanding of the sport, the Golden Boy acknowledged Crawford's tremendous skills, but pointed out an important factor that could work against the pound-for-pound king. According to De La Hoya, Crawford has been rocked before, most notably against Yuriorkis Gamboa, a fighter naturally smaller than Crawford by a significant margin. De La Hoya believes that if Crawford was shaken up by a lightweight, the power of Canelo, who's fought as high as 175 pounds, could be a major problem.
Canelo Alvarez, right? Obviously he has a big fight against Terence Crawford, who's coming up in weight, but I keep telling people that Canelo is small for 168. It's not like he's a big 168 pounder, so the size difference isn't that much, in my opinion, right? I mean, I know he's been there longer, right? But Bud is slightly taller than him, longer arms than him. Do you feel that Terence has a shot in beating Canelo Alvarez?
That's the million-dollar question, because I'm a historian. I love boxing. I love watching it. I love studying it. I know it inside out. When I watched Terence Crawford get rattled and rocked by Yorkis Gamboa, who's a natural 30-pounder, that to me is going to be a huge problem when he gets hit by Canelo, who's a natural, what, super middleweight, maybe? Or
but that was so
not that high.
But you know, he fought at what, 190? Canelo?
175.
175? 175? Okay.
Yeah.
So he fights at 175. He's fighting these big monsters.
Yeah.
He's not getting rattled at all.
No.
Berlanga's a big kid.
Yeah.
So it makes me think, I mean, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard.
However, De La Hoya didn't rule out Crawford entirely. He also highlighted the Nebraska native's impeccable fight IQ, exceptional footwork, and ring generalship. He pointed out that Canelo has struggled with fighters who are elusive and fast, and Crawford brings exactly that to the table. But at the end of the day, De La Hoya was clear on one thing: power matters. Canelo has shown time and again that his punching power can turn the tide of a fight. It's clear that De La Hoya has mixed feelings about the outcome, but the one thing he's certain of is that it's going to be a hard-fought battle.
But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork, which Canelo cannot handle. And we know that for a fact. It happened with Bivol, it happened with Mayweather, who schooled him left and right with no problem, and Canelo was way stronger than Mayweather. So there's
Don't
a
you
lot
think
of...
Canelo's a better fighter than he was then, today?
A better fight? Yeah, a little better, yeah. His footwork is still the same. He's flat-footed, he's very heavy on his feet. But you saw his last fight with Skull. He couldn't touch Skull. I mean, he was a runner. He was a Cuban runner, but he couldn't touch Skull.
Ever.
It was incredible. It was amazing. It was just like the fight with Lara. He couldn't touch Lara. So there's a reason why fighters think that if they move a little against Canelo, they have boxing abilities against Canelo, they might beat him. And I'm pretty sure Crawford is thinking, well,
But Terence is a different type of fighter. He's not just a mover. He's going to mix it up.
Oh, yeah.
And to his credit, that was early in his career. Maybe 135 wasn't a good weight. Maybe he could absorb more punches because he's been hit. He was hit by Majimov. He was hit by Spence. He didn't get hurt then. So maybe he has a tougher chin.
And not just that, Gamboa was the fastest guy alive. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he didn't see that shot. But Canelo got hit by Matthew Hatton, and he got rocked, but he was 19. So as they've gotten older, no one's really been able to, yeah, but he didn't wobble them. So no one's really been able to hurt neither one of them recently.
Yeah.
So, but I think obviously Canelo has the power to hurt anyone. You know,
yeah, I mean, power's a lot.
guy.
In this game, means a lot. If you can't keep your guy off you.
On the flip side, former champion Tim Bradley isn't as torn in his prediction. Bradley firmly believes that Crawford will have the upper hand and has been vocal about his confidence in the unbeaten welterweight. Citing Canelo's recent performances, Bradley noted that although Canelo has won consistently, none of his recent fights have been spectacular enough to make him feel threatened by the Mexican fighter. The most notable aspect for Bradley is Canelo's apparent sluggishness in his recent outings, particularly his performance against Edgar Berlanga. With Crawford's flawless technique and ability to execute a perfect game plan, Bradley feels that Canelo won't be able to handle the pressure when it matters most.
One more thing. It don't matter if Canelo is on that. He ain't beat no Terence Crawford. You heard it here first. Plus, I look at the performances of Canelo. I look at his last performances. I mean, they've been all right, you know. They ain't been like, you know, wow, you know, blew me away. So I'm not really worried about all of that. And the same thing goes with Crawford. I know he's with Snack, and I know some news came out this week and all of that, but I personally believe that Snack is clean.
In fact, Bradley's prediction goes a step further. He boldly stated that even if Canelo is in peak condition and fully prepared, he won't be able to defeat Crawford. For Bradley, Crawford's skill set is simply too much for Canelo to overcome, and no matter what version of Canelo shows up on fight night, the result will be a one-sided beatdown. His confidence is fueled by the fact that Crawford's technical mastery is something that no one has been able to crack, and he believes Canelo is simply too one-dimensional at this stage in his career.
I think it's a conflict of interest, the fact that, hey, he knows how to beat the system, quote unquote, beat the Conte, but at the same time, I think Snack, you got products going around the world, this and that. I mean, all these athletes are testing. They're not testing anything or positive by using Snack at all, so I think they're safe. There's no doubt about it. So with that being said, I'm not worried about that as long as they testing.
But there's another perspective to consider, especially from the viewpoint of Carl Froch. Froch, who has sparred with welterweights and has a strong understanding of the challenges fighters face when stepping up in weight, made the argument that Canelo's size would be the deciding factor. According to Froch, while Crawford is a phenomenal technician, it's hard to ignore the significant size advantage that Canelo will bring into the ring. He mentioned his own sparring sessions with welterweights like Kell Brook. He believes that Canelo's ability to close the distance and overpower smaller opponents will be a huge factor in this fight. Although Froch acknowledges Crawford's exceptional talent, he sees Canelo's size as an insurmountable obstacle.
He has passed his best. He's had over 60 fights. Made a fortune. Why is he even still fighting? But this is a super fight against Crawford. Yeah. But it could go wrong for him. He could end up losing. Whoever loses, it'll be an upset because the amount of people that think Crawford's going to win. Crawford's certainly an unbelievable bad boy fighter, proper good fighter. Then you've got Canelo, who just understands the game.
Manny Pacquiao, another legend of the sport, has also weighed in with his support for Canelo. Known for his own incredible achievements across multiple weight divisions, Pacquiao's insight carries a lot of weight in boxing circles. When asked for his opinion, the Filipino icon confidently backed Canelo, raising his fist and declaring "Viva Mexico" as a show of support. Although Pacquiao didn't go into much detail, his stance is clear. He believes that Canelo has what it takes to beat Crawford.
That's not easy for Crawford. I mean, it's Canelo has the big advantage, but Crawford needs to manage well his body, his speed, and his power, because he's moving up to another level of weight.
On the other hand, David Benavidez, one of Canelo's main rivals, giving Crawford 40% of the chance to pull off the upset. Benavidez recognizes Crawford's skills and impressive technical ability, but ultimately believes that the weight difference will play a huge role. With Canelo being a natural super middleweight and Crawford moving up in weight, Benavidez feels that the size disparity will give Canelo the edge. Nevertheless, he acknowledged Crawford's incredible boxing IQ and talents, giving him credit where it's due. But in the end, the weight difference may prove too much for Crawford.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 168.
In a similar vein, Amir Khan, another former opponent of Canelo, shared his thoughts on the fight. Khan has been impressed by Crawford's skill set, particularly his precision, footwork, and ability to work within small margins. Crawford's ability to move, make adjustments, and avoid clean shots impressed Khan, who noted that it was much harder to land punches on Crawford than on someone like Canelo. Khan believes that Crawford's elusiveness will be a key factor in the fight, and while Canelo still packs significant power, Khan feels that Crawford will be able to outbox him, avoiding the big shots and scoring points. He also noted that Canelo's vulnerability to being hit in recent fights could play into Crawford's hands, as the welterweight will be smart enough not to take unnecessary risks.
I'd fight them both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't hit clean. They both hit hard because, and you can see the strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much weight? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for fighting Canelo?
Crawford could beat him because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. I think that fight, if it does happen, as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo, and he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything, so that would be a very good fight.
Shakur Stevenson also offered his prediction. Stevenson sees Crawford as the clear winner in this matchup, stating that Crawford has all the tools necessary to defeat Canelo. While Canelo is undeniably strong and experienced, Stevenson doesn't see his size as a major advantage against someone as skilled and versatile as Crawford. He also dismissed the height difference between the two, pointing out that Canelo's physicality might be overrated in this matchup. Stevenson's confidence in Crawford's abilities is evident, and he believes that the welterweight champion will outbox Canelo with ease.
I feel like Bud could beat him easy.
How though? What are your thoughts on Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez? Terence going up another 2 weight classes. Just got to 54, he's skipping 60, going straight to 68, talking about what's going on.
I feel like once he beat Canelo, that will be like one of the greatest resumes in boxing ever, just because of the fact that he's going up 2 divisions just to fight this guy, and this guy's bigger than him. And not only did you just crush Errol Spence, but you go out there and the way that he beats Canelo too. If he go out there and just dominate and make it an easy fight, honestly, I think that that's gonna be like one of the best resumes I ever seen. But as far as the fight, I feel like Bud could beat him easy.
How though? Don't give me everything, just how is it?
For me, it's a blueprint already. Floyd was a lot smaller than Canelo when he fought him. You keep Canelo on the outside. I ain't gonna even say too much, but you keep him on the outside and make it easy.
Finally, Roy Jones Jr. provided a nuanced take on the fight. While Jones praised Crawford's skill and technique, he also acknowledged Canelo's natural advantage in size and power. He believes that if Crawford can avoid getting hit with Canelo's heavy shots early on, he has a good chance of winning. But if Canelo is able to impose his size on Crawford in the first few rounds, it could be trouble for the smaller man. Jones emphasized that the real question in this fight is how Crawford will react to being hit by a fighter with the punching power of Canelo. Until Crawford faces that level of power, Jones believes it's hard to make a definitive call.
If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career, I don't know. It'll all be predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch.
Yeah. You said you don't think, or you don't look into the weight difference. Why?
When you know how to box, when you're as skillful as Terence Crawford is, weight don't really matter much.
All in all, the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is shaping up to be one of the most highly anticipated boxing matches in recent memory. The combination of their skills, size, and contrasting styles has created an intense debate about who will come out on top. While Canelo has the size and power advantage, Crawford's skill, adaptability, and fight IQ will make for an intriguing battle, with predictions ranging from knockout wins for Canelo to a tactical victory for Crawford. One thing is certain, this fight is bound to deliver plenty of drama inside and outside the ring.